So hello and welcome back my YouTube channel MS Maths. This is Manoj Solanki and in this video I will discuss previous year questions of single and multivariable calculus subject. So the questions I will take from the DSU and some exam 2024 and 25. So in this video I will discuss particularly each and every example. I will discuss detailed solution and the types which is repeating. The disclaimer is it is not the important question and it is not the what I can say that like predicted question. It is just a discussion of the previous year question. From this video you should learn that the pattern, the observation, and how I'm writing the solution so that you also write the solution exam. And one more thing, that is again, if I will make any mistake in the solution, maybe some calculation mistake be there, so please don't mind that calculation mistake. So you focus on the problem solution and the types of the questions. And you know that one good way of like watching my videos is that whenever I am presenting any of the question, you pause the video, you try to solve it. If you are not solving it, if you are not able to solve that, then you proceed with the solution. First you try by yourself, because in the previous days I have uploaded the 5 videos of my YouTube channel, and I hope that these are very helpful. If you find these videos helpful, please do comment and let me know whether it is helpful or not. And if it is helpful, then how you are using this video. Please comment in this video so that I can understand your point of view, and even it is also motivating me to do these kind of things. And one more thing I want to suggest, like share with you guys, that is what 90% sorry 78% people are not subscribed the channel. They are watching without subscribing the channel. Please do subscribe, and also tell your friends to do subscribe. Okay, anyway, so now start with this video. I will discuss one by one each and every question of 2024 and 25 of SMC. Let's start with the first question. So the first question is from unit 1. Okay, so this is basically the question related to the domain and range. I found that in the both the years it was asked. Now see, the find the domain and range of the function. This is related to the function of two variable. Now see, whenever we have given any function, so first of all you have to start with the solution. So in such a manner I'm writing, you have to write in the form of the exam, because every step carrying its own marks. Okay, so first of all you write that what is the given. So given is f of x comma y is equals to square root of y minus x. This is a function of x and y. You have to find out the domain and the range of the function. Now for the square root function, it is be defined that the expression inside the root must be non-negative. Okay, so therefore here you can write expression inside the square root, okay, square root must be you can say non-negative. It means that whatever written inside y minus x square should be greater than or equals to 0. From here, by rearranging, we can get y is greater than equals to x square. So basically this is the condition on the values of y and x. So from here, if I will write the domain, so this is not the domain, this is the condition. Okay, now to write the domain, because domain is a set, you have to write in the set form. Okay, domain is equals to x comma y in the point such that, and you can write x comma y is belonging from R2 such that y should always be greater than equals to x. This is the domain. In this way you have to write down. Now come to the next, that is the range. How to write the range of this function? To write the range of this function, f of x comma y is equals to y minus x square is given. So from here, square root is always non-negative value. It means that f of x comma y will always give you the greater than or equals to 0. Now check whether, because this is the domain, that's why you have considered that. Now check whether, because according to this domain we have to find out, check whether every non-negative number can occurs or not. So for that you can take x comma y, f of x comma y is equals to k. You can take like this. Wait, this f of x comma y, and you take it as k. Now my k is greater than equals to 0 with this condition, then squaring both the side, or you can like write like this, my function is y minus x square is equals to k, squaring both the side, y minus x square is equals to k square. Then from here, if you'll see this, this is y is equals to k square plus x square plus k square, where k is any of the constant. Okay, now y is greater than 0, greater than or equals to 0. For any value this will exist. So for any value we can write, for every k greater than equals to 0, we can choose the value of x and y satisfying the equation number 1. Okay, so from here you can say the range is, but the thing is, only for any value we can choose the only positive every time it will be positive. See, these both are square. When these both are square, then sum of two squares, if it is positive, then if you will put any of the number, it will be positive. So the range will be from 0 to infinity. And of course, if it is a square root function, you can directly write down it is a square root function, and the square root function has the graph like this. This is 0 and this is going towards infinity. So you can see by the geometry. So this was from 2024 and 2 marks question. Now come to the next question, that is again find the domain and the range of this function. Now again I'll start with the solution. So the solution is basically given here. The given is f of x comma y is equals to x square minus y square. This is again a function of two variable. Finding the domain, we will find out the constraint first. Okay, so just find out the constraint. Because of that, x square is greater than 0, y square is greater than 0. But you know that when I will put it is a polynomial, it is very clear that it is a polynomial function. This is a polynomial. Okay, this is a polynomial function, and all of you know that polynomial function is what? Polynomial function is always defined on a real number, so there is no restriction. So you can write there is no restriction for choosing the values of x and y. It means the domain will be whole real number or whole R2. Okay, if you write in the form of the set, so that is what x comma y belonging from R2, there is no restriction on the domain. This is your domain. Now to find out the range of this, because of that it is x square minus y square, you have to check the different cases. Now how to check? Again, and use that k method. Okay, now to finding the range of this function of x comma y equals to x square minus y square. Okay, so from here what we can do, because it is defined on the whole real number, I can divide real numbers into format. So I can take case number 1. What is the case number 1? I can take any of the value. Let's say k is greater than equals to 0. What it's k? First of all, let me define the k. In that way, you have to write down my f of x comma y is equals to k. Because of that it is defined on any, so my k is a real number. It is defined for every real number. That's why it is k. So then what will happen? X square minus y square is equals to k. Okay, now from here I can take case number 1. So for case number 1, I can take k is greater than equals to 0. It means k is a non-negative number. So choose, let's say x is equals to 0. If we'll choose x is equals to 0, what you will get? Minus y square is equals to k. Okay, but it is creating the problem. Okay, or if you will write down like this, y is equals to minus root k, it means it is creating the problem. It will be plus minus k iota. This does not belonging from real number. Is not belonging from the real number. It means that negative real number. So from here what I can say, minus of this one. So this thing is not including. So what we can say, the negative one is not defined here. But when you will take let's say k is less than of 0. Okay, now do one thing. Because of that, here k is equals to greater than 0. In this case, wait, yeah, if k is equals to greater than 0, so this case will not help you out. So in the first case, you can take one more chance here. So let's take k is a positive, and now take y is equals to 0. If I will take y is equals to 0, it is giving x square is equals to k square, and it is always possible that you will get a value of x under root k. That will be, this case is not possible when x is equals to 0, but this case is always positive. But let's take k is negative. So if k is negative, then if I will take x is equals to 0, if I will take x is equals to 0 minus y square is equals to k, it means y is minus of k. Because of that, my k is negative. Okay, so it will be basically plus minus of something. Let's say k is minus 1, then it will exist. So this condition, whatever the condition is restricted here, this condition is satisfied by this. Okay, when x is 0, it is satisfied. So from here, every non-negative real number is possible, and every negative real number is possible. So from here, I can say the range is whole real number. This is how we can find out the range of this. And one more thing, it's a polynomial, and it's x square minus y square. You can draw the graph and you can see this, whether what is the range for this. This is like hyperbola kind of thing. Okay, you can easily find out the solution for this. So the range for this solution for this question will be real number, as well as the domain is also real number. Now come to the next question. This is 1b question, and now it is again is related to function of two variable and continuous continuity of the function. To check the continuity, you should keep in your mind 3 points that I have discussed in my previous videos. Now let's begin with the solution and how to proceed with the solution of the questions. So first of all, the given is f of x comma y is equals to 2xy by x square plus y square 0. It is what, when x comma y is not equals to origin, and it is when x comma y at the origin. This is the question 2024 4 marks question. To check the continuity, what we will check first, we will check the at every point of this. So let's say I have considered as f of x comma y is equals to y upon x square plus square. Okay, so at function you can say at point 0, so it is given that if I will put f of 0 0 is 0. Okay, and if I will apply the limit here, then I have to check the path test. But the thing is, now see here, these both are the ratio of the polynomial. In this case, this should not non-zero, and this should be greater than of 0, or you can check with the continuity. Okay, so the point number 1 is this, point number 2 is this. You can apply the limit, you can take the path. Let's take the path y is equals to x, because how to take the path I explained. This is your denominator. Okay, so you write down x square is equals to y square. Okay, you don't write in the exam this thing, you think in your mind x square is equals to y square, but it is equals to x is equals to y, so it means along this path. Or you can start like this, along x-axis, it means y is equals to 0, y is equals to 0. Okay, in b1 it is along x-axis, means y is equals to 0. So from here you will get f of x comma 0, this is 2 into x 0 upon x square plus 0 square. So from here you will get 0. From second case, you can write down along, you can write y axis, y axis means x is equals to 0. From here you will get 0 y, and again you will get 0 if you will put x is equals to 0. And third case, you can take along any path. Let's say y is equals to x, means I can take y is equals to mx. If you will take m is equals to 1, that will be y is equals to. Okay, so from here it will be f of x comma mx, so it will be 2 into x mx divided by x square plus m square x square. Now when you will solve this, it will be from here it will limit, I can write down like this, limit extending to 0, or here also you can write down along this, means applying the limit extending to 0. Here it is also applying the limit y tending to. Now it is extending to 0, and it is basically what it will be, 2x square. Okay, so it will be 2x square m x square. I can take common, so 1 plus m square. So now see here, by applying this limit, it is m upon 1 plus m square, means it is depending on m values. If it is depending on m values, it means limit is not unique. And once limit is not unique, if limit is not unique, then this f of x comma y is not continuous. This is how we can see the continuity of the function, how we can check the continuity of the function. Okay, this is the proper way to check the continuity. So f of x comma y is discontinuous. Now come to the next point. This is 1b from 2025. Again, you have to check the limit of the function. I suggest you start with this point at limit of the function at origin. Now the given thing is that the given f of x comma y is equals to xy upon x square plus y square. You have to check at origin 0 comma 0. So at 0 comma 0, first you check along x axis. It means y is equals to 0. Once you will put y is equals to 0, x comma 0, it will be 0. When you will take along y axis, means x is equals to 0, f of 0 comma y is equals to 0. Now third one, you take along, let's say y is equals to mx, because it is also x square plus y square. Now take y is equals to mx. So it means that f of x mx, and you apply the limit, it will be converted to x tending to 0. Okay, here also it is limit x tending to 0, and it is x mx on x square. I think it is not same, it is actually 2m. It is 2m. So from here it is x 1 plus m square, and when you will solve this, x square will get cancelled and you will get 1 plus m square. The same question is repeating, like there was 2x upon, and here it is xy by x square plus y square. So now it is all it is depending on the value of m. It means limit is not unique, and once limit is not unique, f of x comma y is discontinuous. Okay. If limit does not exist or limit is not unique, it means limit does not exist and it is discontinuous. Now we'll see this like partial derivative. So what is it given? So this is the question basically related to the chain rule. Because of that, here you have given w is equals to plus 2y plus z square. And one more thing, when you are writing this thing, okay, write down this given thing. Okay, so first of all you have to write down this given. Then r by s, y is equals to r square plus log of s, and z is equals to 2r. So what is this? W is function of x comma y comma z, but the thing is x is function of r, s is, I can say, let's say g1 function of r and s, y is, let's say, g2 function of r and s, and z is basically function of g3, basically you can consider r and s. So from here you have to use the chain rule of this. So you have to find out the partial derivative of w with respect to r. So it should be and with r. It means this is w is function of several variable, then I will use the partial derivative of w with respect to x, because it is function of x and y. Now again x is function of r and s, and I want the partial derivative with respect to r, so it is basically x partial derivative with respect to r. Similarly w, and it will be y, and it will be partial derivative of y with respect to r, partial derivative of w with respect to z, and the partial derivative of z with respect to r. Similarly, if you want to get partial derivative with respect to s, then it will be partial derivative of w with respect to x, and the partial derivative of s with respect to partial derivative of x with respect to s, plus partial derivative of w with respect to y, and partial derivative of y with respect to s, the partial derivative of w with respect to z, and similarly the partial derivative of z with respect to x. Now you find out all these values. See, from here if I will find my x w is equals to x plus 2 is x plus 2y plus z square. It is partial derivative with respect to x is 1, partial derivative of w with respect to y is 2, partial derivative of w with respect to z is 2z. Now x is equals to r by s. So the partial derivative of x with respect to r is 1 by s, and the partial derivative of x with respect to s is r 1 by s. Okay, r 1 by s square, because 1 by s is minus 1 by s. Similarly, y is equals to r square plus log of s, then it means the partial derivative of y with respect to r is going to be 2r plus 0, and the partial derivative of r with respect to x is 1 by s, and z is given that it is 2r, so it means partial derivative of z with respect to r is 2, and the partial derivative of z with respect to s is 0, because there is no term of. Now when you will write all these value here, so you will get this is 1 comma x by r, this is 1 by s plus dou w by dou s, dou w by dou y, so dou w by dou y is 2, and this is 2r plus this is basically 2z, is 2z. Okay, so it is 2z, and this is dou z by dou r is 2, so it is, now it's 1 by s plus 4r plus 4z. Now what it is written, find in terms of r and s. It means we have to again put the value of z. So r and z is equal to r, so it will be 1 by s plus 4r plus 8r 12r. This is the answer for this first derivative. Finding the second derivative, this is 1 plus 2 and plus 2z. Put the values with respect to s. This is r into minus 1 by s square. This is going to r, it is 1 by s, and it is 0. So from here when you will solve, minus r by s square plus 2 by s. This is the solution for this derivative. In this way you can find out. Next come to this, again it is what u is given that x square, it is 2025 question, plus y square z plus z square into x. X is again function of r and s, y is s and t, and z is t and r. The previous formula you have to put the value. I will write down the partial derivative with respect to x is going to be 2xy, partial derivative of w, okay, plus 0 plus z square. Okay, partial derivative with respect to y is basically x square plus 2y into z plus 0, and the partial derivative of w with respect to z is basically 0 plus y square plus 2xz. Okay, and then partial derivative of x with respect to r is s, partial derivative of x with respect to s is equals to r. Similarly, partial derivative of y with respect to r that is going to be, okay, it is rs st. Okay, so this is basically function of 3 variable, and again here it is x, t is going to be 0, because this is function of r, s and t, because t is introduced also. From here it is partial derivative of y with respect to r is 0, partial derivative of y with respect to s is t, partial derivative of y with respect to t is going to be s. Similarly, partial derivative of z with respect to r is t, partial derivative of z with respect to s is equals to 0, there is no s term, partial derivative of t is going to be r. Now what is the formula? So the formula is very easy. Write down the formula. The partial derivative of w with respect to r, because these x, y, z is also function of 3 variables. You have to write down dou w by dou x and dou x by dou r. Again, what is it? It is only given that you have to find out r and s. No need to find out for t. Okay, but there are possible cases dou w by dou r, dou s, and dou w by dou t. This is also you can find out. We'll write only. Now dou w by this 2 you have to find out for this question. Then again with respect to y, dou y by dou r. Then dou w by z, dou w by dou z, and dou z by dou r. Similarly, you have all these values you can put. Now it is dou w by dou x, dou x by dou s, dou w by dou y, and dou y by dou s, dou w by dou z, and dou z by dou s. Here this is not asked in the question, but you can also see this thing. It is dou w by dou x by dou t. Sorry, yeah, correct. Then dou w by dou y by t, and then dou w by dou z, and dou z by dou t. So you can write down all these, put all these value, and then you will get the answer. So I have the final answer. The final answer you will get for partial derivative of this is basically 2r s cube into t plus s square t cube plus 3r square s t square. And for this the final answer is 3r square s square into t plus 2r s t cube plus r cube t square. While putting all these value, you will get these both answers. Now come to the next question, that is the 1D question, the final question from the first unit. Apply the Lagrange's multiplier method to find the extremum value of the function. So here you have given the function, that is f of x comma y is equals to xy, and the condition is subject to x square, okay, x square upon 8 plus y square upon 2 is equals to 1. With this condition you have to find out, and all of you know that the condition by using Lagrange's multiplier, using Lagrange's multiplier method, we have the condition is that dou f is equals to lambda, delta f is equals to lambda delta g. So what do you mean by this? It is basically the partial derivative of x, lambda partial derivative with respect to x, okay, and similarly the partial derivative of y, lambda partial derivative. So we'll simply find out this. What do you mean by this? Here, what is the, first of all we'll find out what do you mean by the partial derivative of x. So what is the partial derivative of x? Partial derivative of f with respect to x is y, and the partial derivative of f with respect to y is here gx. What is gx? Gx comma y is basically x square upon 8 plus y square upon 2 is equals to 1. So I will write it as minus 1. Okay, I will take this side and I will consider that x comma. From here, what is delta g or what is delta f? You can identify. So the delta f is nothing but this one, y comma x. So it is basically y comma x. What is delta g? The partial derivative with respect to x and partial derivative with respect to y. If I will take partial derivative with respect to x, that will be x upon 2x upon 8, that will be x by 4. With respect to y, it will be 2y, okay, 2y upon 2, that is going to be y only. These both are the partial derivative. Or you can write down, wait, if you are getting confused, don't write like this. You can simply write down what is the partial derivative of g with respect to, partial derivative of g with respect to x is 2x upon 8, it means it is x by 4. The partial derivative of g with respect to y is going to be 2y upon 2, because all these are 0, is y. So from here, first equation f of x means partial derivative, you can write down like this, partial derivative of f with respect to x is equals to lambda partial derivative of g with respect to x. So it is y is equals to lambda into x by 4. Clear? This is the condition 1 that you can observe, and from second you can observe this thing, a partial derivative of f with respect to y is equals to lambda partial derivative of g, and that is going to be x is equals to lambda y. So you have these both condition. Now using these both condition you have to solve. Now solve this equation. X is equals to lambda y. I will find out lambda is equals to x by y. Again, using this condition, what is the lambda from here? By using y is equals to lambda x upon 4, the lambda is 4y by x by equation number 1 and 2. From here, by equation 1 and 2, what I can write? X by y is equals to 4y by x. It means x square is equals to 4y square. What is this meaning? It means that x is equals to plus minus 2y. So this is the value of x. Now use the condition given. What is the given condition? X square upon 8 plus y square upon 2 is equals to 1, because this condition should be satisfied by this. Okay, so put this value here. So y is equals to, put x is equals to, first of all you can write down x is equals to 2y, because it is square na? So if you will write down, if you will take x square, it will be 4y square. Okay, so it will be 4y square, whether you will take plus or minus, both will be same. So it will be 2, or you can write down directly 4y square upon 8 plus y square upon 2 is equals to 1. When you will simplify this by taking the LCM, what it, or you can write down y square upon 2 plus y square upon 2 is equals to 1. So this is basically twice of y square upon 2 is equals to 1. So from here y square is equals to 1. It means y is equals to plus minus 1. So what your x is equals to plus minus 2y. It means x is equals to whether plus 2y or x is equals to minus 2y. But here the again two cases are there. Y is equals to 1, it means x is equals to 2. Y is equals to minus 1, it means x is equals to minus 2. Again here also two cases. If y is equals to 1, then x is equals to minus 2. If y is equals to minus 1, then x is equals to, what you can say, plus 2. So what are the coordinates? From here 2 comma 1, from here minus 2 comma minus 1, x and then y. Okay, from here minus 2 comma 1, and from here 2 comma minus 1. So you have 4 different coordinates. Now if you have 4 different coordinates, you find out the value of x at the 4 different coordinates. Okay, so from here when you will put these values at the 4 different coordinates, so what you will get at 4 different coordinates, you will, now your function is x comma y, x into y. So put at 2 comma 1, that is 2, f at minus 2 comma minus 1, that is 2, at minus 2 comma 1, that is minus 2, and at 2 comma minus 1, that is minus 2. It means maximum value. What is the maximum values? The 2 is, this is maximum and minimum. So it means maximum occurs at 2 points, that is this one. So maximum value is 2 and occurs at 2 comma 1 and minus 2 comma minus 1. Similarly, minimum value of the function is minus 2, occurs at minus 2 comma 1 and 2 comma minus 1. In such a way you have to solve this question. Okay, now come to the next question. Again in the similar manner you can solve this question also. The condition changed. Now here the f of x comma y is given that x square y. Okay, and subject to the condition x plus y is equals to 4. So what is your first case? First you have to find out the partial derivative with respect to x, that is 2xy. Partial derivative of f with respect to y, that is x square. Similarly, this is your g. So from here I can write my g of x comma y is equals to x plus y minus 4. The partial derivative of g with respect to x is 1. Partial derivative of g with respect to y is 1. Okay, So from here, when you will solve this, this will be basically the condition delta f equals to lambda delta g. Means first condition, the partial derivative of f with respect to x is equals to lambda the partial derivative of g with respect to x. So this is basically 2xy, this is the partial derivative, is equals to lambda into 1. So from here, lambda is equals to 2xy. So second case, this is, I can write equation 1. The second case is partial derivative of y with respect to lambda, partial derivative of g with respect to y. From here, it is basically x square is equals to lambda into 1. So from here, lambda is equals to x square. By equating both these, equation number 2, you can write by equation 1 and equation 2. This is basically 2xy is equals to x square. And from here, I can write, don't cut the x square here. Whenever you have this kind of equation, you just write 2xy minus x square 0. It means I can take x as common. This is 2y minus x is equals to 0. Now see, what do you mean by this? If you have any equation like this, x into 2y minus x is equals to, you have two numbers with their multiplication is 0. It means whether my x is equals to 0 or 2y minus x is equals to 0. So it means y, it means from here I can get x is equals to 2y. I have two values of x, that is x is equals to 0 and x is equal. Now by using the condition, by using the constraint given or the condition given, that is basically x plus y is equals to 4. Now if x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0, it means if x is equals to 0, and now if x is equals to 2y, it means it is 2y plus y is equals to 4. It means y is equals to 4 by 3. If y is equals to 4 by 3, then x is equals to 2. 4 by 3 is 8 by 3. So from here I can get 0 comma 4, and from here I can get 8 by 3 comma 4 by 3. There are 2 points. By applying these 2 points, I can find out the value. So from here my f of x comma y is basically x square into y. At the point 0 comma 4, the value is 0, and at point 8 by 3, 4 by 3 is basically the value will be 8 by 3 square, 4 by 3. So it will be 64 by 9, and it is 4 by 3. Okay, 16, 5 and 2, 25. This is 81, or sorry, 27. Okay, this is the solution. From here I can say this is the maximum value. Okay, so the maximum occurs at this point, and this is the minimum value occurs at 0 comma 4. So this is how you can solve the questions by using the Lagrange's multiplier. Now come to the next question. So it is second A 2024. Evaluate the double integral. So it is very easy. The double integral is there, and the reason is bounded by the lines. The reason is given here. So first of all, whenever this kind of question is there, you first of all draw the solution. So from here, draw the graph. So I will draw the graph. Wait, yeah. So from here I will draw the graph. Is that basically first of all this so whenever you have this graph, then you write down like this. Okay, so let's say this is 0. Now see, whatever it is given, x is equals to 3. So let's say this is x is equals to 3, this is y is equals to 0, and y is equals to 2x. So this line will be y is equals to 2x, or this line will be x is equals, or you can consider like this line is x is equals to 3. This is y is equals to 2x passing through the origin. Okay, now see here what you have to do. The limit of y is variable. Okay, whenever you are finding this case 2xy dx dy, it is given that dx dy, what is given? Given that find out dx dy, it is very very important. Keep in your mind, you can't change whether it is dy or dx. It is given that dx dy. Now see, it is given x is equals to 3, y is equal to y is equals to x. Now can you find this point? This is basically y is equal to 6. Of course, if it is 2x, then y is equal to 6. This is your reason basically. Now dx is equals to dy. Sorry, here it is given that, sorry, dx into dy. Dx means strip parallel to x-axis. Once it is written dx, it means strip parallel to x-axis. So you take the strip parallel to x-axis. When you will take strip parallel to x-axis, it means that your this one is the integration. Okay, dx dy, and here it is 2xy. The first limit is dx. So here, what is the lower limit of dx? Lower limit of x. What is the lower limit of x? This line, and x is equals to y by 2. It will be y by 2. And what is the upper limit? Is 3. And y is going from 0 to 6. This is the important thing. Keep in your mind. If it is not written that find out the double integral, then you can take any dy dx or dx dy. But if it is written dx dy, then whichever the written first, you take the strip parallel to that. Now your task is to solve this integral. Now solve this integral. When you will solve this, this is 0 to 6. Okay, double integral with respect, now here integration with respect to x. So it means it is 2 I can take outside, and y I can take outside. This is x square upon 2. Limit is from y by 2 to 3, and this is dy. When you will solve this, 0 to 6, put the value. This is what I can write. This is 3 square means 9 by 2, minus this will be y square by 4 upon 2, the integration with respect to y. Now you have to solve this integral. Take integral. This is my integral basically. From here I will solve this integral. So 2 outside, 0 to 6. First of all, after solving, this is 9 by 2 into y. This is y cube upon 8. Okay, and dy. So now it is basically 2, 9 by 2. Integration of y is y square by 2, 1 by 8, y power 4 by 4, 0 to 6. It is 2, 9 by 2. This is basically, or I can write 9 by 4. This is 6 square minus 0 square. This is 1 by 32. This is 6 power 4 minus 0 power 4. Okay. And when you will solve this, you will get y is equals to 9 2. When you will solve this, so basically it is 9 by 4 to 6 minus 1 by 32 is 36 into 36, like this, or I can write directly. You will get 81 of this. But after solving this, you can check the calculation whether it is correct or not. But the thing is, whenever it is written dx dy, you have to be very careful about it. What is the order of the integral? You can't change the order of integral if it is mentioned. Now come to the next question. Now here it is not mentioned that apply integration technique to find out the volume of the region bounded by the elliptic paraboloid. Is what? Volume. Volume means what? Height into width into length. And write down like this. Height is given that is z, that is 10. Then you have to do double integration. It is not the question of triple integration. Be aware of this. The limits are given. Okay, so from here, if you don't know paraboloid, don't draw it. You can simply start with, let's say I will write dx dy, and both the limits are constant. Dx dy means first limit of x, that is 0 to 1, second limit of y, that is 0 to 2. Start like this, or in the exam you have to mention like this. First of all, you have to write down z is equals to 10 plus x is dy square, and the limit is given that x, this one, and z is 0 to 2. Now by applying this limit, so basically this is z dx dy, and the limit is at r. So from here, x is equals to 0 to 1, y is equals to 0 to 2, z is given as 10 plus x plus 3y square dx dy. Now you first do the integration with respect to x, then first the second. By applying the limit, you will get the solution as 86 by 3 cubic unit. This is the solution, how you will get, okay, unit cube. Now next question, second B. I think this was second A question 2025. This is 2024. Okay, second B question 2024 was now come to the second B question 2024. It is basically again transform the Cartesian integral to the polar, then evaluate it. First you have to transform and then you have to evaluate. Very easy. What is given, first of all you just write down this 0 to square root of 4 minus x square root of x square plus y square dy dx. Okay, so whatever it is, right, written dy by dx or dx dy, or dx dy or dy dx, you can simply write this is r dr d theta. Okay, next relation is x square plus y square is equals to r square. This is you can write by polar coordinate system or polar coordinate transformation. And from here r is equals to x is equals to cos theta, y is equals to r sin theta. Now you put this value 0 to 2. Okay, but the thing is, write down like this. What is it written? Dy means this is the limit of y. This dx means it is the limit of x. So x is equals to 0, x is equals to 2, y is equals to 0, y is equals to 4 minus x. 0 means it is starting from the center. Okay, so from here what you can write down, simple. If it is x is from 0 to 2, so basically is r cos theta is equals to 2. So from here what your r will be, so your r will be from here, what I can say, this is okay. Before going to this, I can I write like this, y square is equals to 4 minus, this is x square plus y square is equals to, it means it is a circle of radius. Once you got the circle, you can simply write down your r limit is from 0 to 2. Okay, and theta is, because it is a complete circle, theta is from, but the problem is that it is x is from 0 to 2. When you will draw this, you will get like this circle, but this is only square root, means only positive thing. It is from 0 to pi by 2 only. Why it is 0 to pi by 2? Because the limit is from 0 to, it's not in the negative, it's from 0 to this and 0 to this. Okay, it's not in the negative portion. Draw this, you simply get it. Theta is from 0 to pi by 2, r is from 0 to 2. In such a way you can easily get it, you can easily get down, or you can get theta like this. See, this is your x, put r cos theta is equal to 2, and this is your y, you can put r sin theta. When you will take the ratio also, you can get the same angle, but the thing is that once you will draw this, no need to go for that. Now this is square root of x square plus y square, square root of r square. X square plus y square is r square, then r dr, from here it is r dr is r dr d theta. So what is your integral? 0 to pi by 2. This is 0 to 2, and this r square will be r, and r will be r square. This is r, this is r square dr d. Now first of all you do the integration with respect to, r, and then solve integration with respect to theta. Or when you will solve this, so what is your integral? Is basically 0 to pi by 2 and 0 to 2 radius, and r square dr d theta. So it is basically pi by 2 minus 0, is going to be r cube by 3, 0 to. You will solve this, we'll get the solution as 4 pi by 3. So this is basically the conversion in polar format. You can simply write down, or you can identify from here, you can identify what is this curve when you will draw this curve, because it is a square root, it is from 0 to pi by 2. What you can. Now next question is again evaluate the double integral over the region between this one, but again is given that dy and dx. You be aware of the order of integral. Xy, x plus y is dy and dx. So what is the reason given? Y is equals to x square and y is equal to x. So simply y is equals to x is the line, y is equals to x square is the reason, is the basically you can say the y is equals to x square is the parabola. Okay, this is the parabola. So this is your reason. Okay, what is this point? I have to identify this point. I know this is 0 comma 0. I have to identify this point. It means this is the intersection of both this curve. I will simply equate this is x square is equals to x. It means x square minus x is equals to 0. So basically it is x minus 1 is equals to 0. Whether x is equals to 0 means this, and x is equals to 1. So it means this is basically x is equals to 1. If it is x is equals to 1, then y is also 1 from. Okay, now my target is to take the strip. So which one is the strip? Because it is given dy first, so it means first limit of y and second limit of x. So this will be the limit. Strip parallel to y-axis means from this parabola to this curve. So y is equals to x square to x, and x is from 0 to 1, x plus y, or you can multiply like this. This is basically x square into y plus x y square and dy dx. So from here when you will solve this, it is very easy. First you do the integration with respect to y, then integration with respect to x. Once you will do that, you will easily get the solution, and if I'm not wrong, the solution is 3 by 56. This is as per my calculation. Again, be aware with the calculation. Okay, see the concept. What is the concept and what is the proper way I am writing here to explain the question. Next come to the 2C. It is related to the triple integral 2024 question. It is very direct question. So 0 to 1, 0 to 2 minus x, 0 to 2 minus x minus y, dz, dy, dx. Okay, so to solve this triple integral, you have to start from the first integral. First, with respect to z, it will be z 0 to 2 minus x minus y, and then it is dy dx. Now it is converted to double integral, but you have to solve. Put the limit 2 minus x minus y, and again it will be 0. This will be dy dx. Now you integrate with respect to y. It will be 0 1. It is 2y minus xy minus y square by 2. It is from 0 to 2 minus x, and then it is d. Is 0 to 1. Once you will put the limit, it will be 2 minus x. X is 2 minus x minus 2 minus x whole square upon 2. This is dx. You will solve this. 0 to 1, 4 minus x. Okay, so basically it is 4 minus x minus 2x, sorry, 4 minus 2x plus x square is minus 1 by 2, and then this is going to be 4 plus x square minus 4x. Then it is, when you will completely solve, this is for your task, you will completely solve. This is basically the integral of 2 minus, it will be 4 plus x square minus 4x of 2. Okay, and then dx, it is from 0 to 1. When you will solve, it is very easy to solve. Take 1 by 2 outside, 4 plus x square minus 4x. Okay, and this is 4x. Okay, so 4 dx, limit is from 0 to 1. Now take 1 by 2, 4x cube by 3. Okay, this is plus 3x cube by 3. This is minus 4x square by 2 from 0 to 1. You will put this limit. you will get the solution as 7 by 6. This is how you can solve. It is very easy. You have to start from the last. Clear? Now next question is 2C 2025. Now evaluate the integral which is spherical coordinate is given. It is given, that's no worry to solve this. It is again a simple triple integral. To solve this triple integral, 0 to pi 0 to pi 0 to 2 sine phi, it is sine phi, okay, or d rho d phi d theta. It means this is limit of rho, radius, this is angle phi, this is angle theta. You have to start with sine phi. 0 to pi. The integration of sine phi will be simple. It will be basically, when you will simplify this, oh, it's a phi, no, it's an integration with respect to this one. So I will take sine phi outside, so this will be rho. Okay, the limit is from 0 to 2 phi, and it will be d phi d theta. It is 0 to pi, simplify this, sine phi into 2 sine phi minus 0 d phi d theta. We will solve this 0 to pi, 0 to pi. Now it is square phi d phi d theta. How to solve this sine square phi? All of we know that sine square phi from cos to phi formula. So this 1 minus cos 2 on 2, and this 2 is outside. This is d phi d theta. From here this 2 and 2 get cancelled, so this will be 0 to pi, 0 to pi. You will take the integration with respect to phi. It will be phi minus sine 2 phi divided by 2, because integration of cos 2 phi is sine 2 phi by 2. This is theta. Limit is from 0 to pi. Is 0 to pi. When you will put limit, pi minus sine pi is 0. Okay, 0 minus sine 0 is 0. Theta. This is basically, okay, again wait, let me explain clearly what is it. When you will put phi is equals to pi, this is pi minus sine pi is 0. Then minus, can put lower limit, that is 0, and when you will put 0 here, this is it. This is basically how it is working. So this is from 0 to pi and pi theta. When you will solve this pi into pi going to be pi square, the solution of integral. Okay, now come to the next question. Okay, next question is again same. Okay, yeah, but the change is rho square is also there. So in this way, what you have to do, you have to proceed same manner, 0 to pi, 0 to pi, 0 to 2 sine phi. This is rho square, sine phi, d rho, d phi, and d theta. The limit of rho, limit of phi, and limit of theta. Start with the integration of. So here it is no integration, it is rho square, 0 to pi, 0 to pi. I can take sine phi as it is. Integration of rho square is rho cube by 3, 0 to 2 sine phi, and this is d phi d theta. Now what you have to do, put the values for limit, lower limit, sine phi. Once you will put the value, I can take 3 outside. So this is 8 sine cube phi. Okay, 8 sine cube phi minus 0 d phi. Once you will write 8 sine cube, and that cube will multiply this, that will be 4 sine power 4 phi. Now how to solve this one? 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi, this is 0 to pi. Now it will be 1 by 3 outside, or 8 you can also take outside, 8 by 3. Okay, so 8 by 3, this is basically 8 sine power 4. Okay, power 4 phi d phi d theta. Now the problem is that how to solve the sine power 4. So basically the approximation of the sine power 4 is going to be, I will write the approximation, sine power 4 phi is going to be, is using the formula of sine cube sine 3 theta. Okay, so this is 3 minus 4 cos phi plus cos 4 phi divided by 8. How you have to write down? Then it is 8 by 3, 0 to pi, 0 to pi, 3 minus 4 cos 2 phi plus cos 4 phi divided by 8 pi and then theta. You will solve, it is 8 by 3, 0 to pi. Okay, when you will solve this from here, what you will get, because it is cos 2 phi and it's cos 4 phi, is divided by 8. One more thing is that by 3. So what it will be? 3 phi minus 4 sine 2 phi divided by 2 plus sine 4 phi divided by 4. Okay, and that 8 I can write outside. This 8 and this 8 will get cancelled, and this is theta. Now limit of phi 0 to pi. So this is 8 and 8 get cancelled. So this is 1 by 3, 0 to pi. Put the value. This is 3 pi. This will be 0. This will be 0. So it's 3 pi theta. When you will solve this, 3 and 3 will get cancelled. Again, the solution is pi square. Okay, so this is how you can solve this triple integral, but this was the important concept in. Now come to the next question. This is second D. So the second D is from 2025. This was second D 2024, second D 2025. Now from here the integral is minus c to c. Okay, minus b to b and minus a to a of x square plus y square plus z square dz dy dx. Very easy. If it is dz, then this is z limit, this is limit of y, and this is limit of x. Okay, start. This is minus c to c, minus b to b, the integration with respect to z, x square into z plus y square into z plus z cube by 3. Limit is from minus a to a dy dz. While putting the limit, it is minus b to b. Put the limit of this one, basically x square to a, okay, x square into a plus y square into a plus, oh wait, then it will be a cube by 3, then minus of x square into a plus y square minus of a, yeah, then minus of x square into minus a plus y square minus a, not minus, this is also minus because whole minus will multiply, and minus of minus a cube by 3. This is dy dz. When you will solve this, be from minus c to c, minus b to b. This is x square a, and this is, so it will be 2x square, 2x square plus y square. Correct. Because it is not in the blue. Correct. Okay. From here, what you have to do? X square into a. So 2 of ax square plus 2 of a y square. This is a cube by 3. This is a cube by 3. So plus 2 of a 3. Okay. And then it is dy dx. Now again same thing, what you have to repeat for y. So the next integral is minus c to c, minus b, integral with respect to y. So 2ax square into y plus 2a y cube by 3, okay, plus 2 by 3 a cube into y. So from here this dx. Now you put the limit from minus b to b, and then same thing you have to repeat for x, that is from minus c to c. This is just an iterative process. You have to proceed first. Every time you have to start from the back. Okay, so don't write like this, whether it is like this. I can simply write a to b z square. Don't write like this. This is the limit for every case. So in this way you can really solve. Now come to the next question. So okay, that is the third A. So now it is related to the vector calculus. The question is compute the work done by force is given here. So okay, so x is given in the form of the parametric form. X is equals to t, y is equals to t square. So here f vector is basically y I cap plus x j cap. X is the function of t and y is the t square, where t in the form of this. So what is the thing? We have to convert our integral in terms of t. So what do you mean by the work done? So work done is basically f dot dr. So from here I can write down dr is nothing but dx I cap plus dy j cap. So from here dx is nothing but dt I cap, and dy is nothing but 2t dt j cap, because if I will find out the derivative, dx is dt and dy is 2t dt. Okay. Now you simply write down like this. So f is basically y I cap plus x j cap dot dr, and dr is basically your what I can say dx I cap plus dy j cap. Okay, so the w is limit along the curve C. Let's say this is C curve given. Write down like this. So from here it is y di, or what is the value of y is t square. So you write down t square I cap plus it is t j cap, and this is dt I cap plus 2t dt j cap. Now you can multiply this. It is a integral. Now convert it to t. Limit of t is from 0 to 1. This is t square into dt plus 2t dt. Okay, so you can write down w is equal to 0 to 1. So this is t square plus 2t dt. So it's a single integral. So t cube by 3 plus 2t square by 2 going to be 0 to 1 is equals to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2. From here, wait, is wait I square, correct? Wait, I think, oh, t is here, so it is t square. Got it. So it is 2t square, then 3t, then it is 0 to 1 3t square dt. It is 3t cube by 3 is going to be from 0 to 1 is the work done is 1 for this question. This is how you can easily find out the work done, but you have to convert the integral into one variable. Next question is related to the again work done for the force. Again the same question is, I think the same question, how it is 3a, maybe it is copied twice. So the 2025 question for this is not done here. So let me write down the question. I have the question written here. So this is not the question actually. So f is equals to y. So actually the f is 2025. The question asked like this: f is equals to x I cap plus y j cap z k cap. Along you have to find out the work done along the r is given as cos pi t I cap plus t square j cap and sin pi t k cap. Okay, and where t is in between 0 to 1. So this is basically the solution, the question. Now again you have to find out the work done. Write down f dot dr. Okay, so the w is equals to f is given as x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap dot cos of pi t. Oh, but it is not cos pi t, actually it should be dx I cap dy j cap and dz k cap, because this is dr. So from here, what is dx? Because of that, it is your x given, is y, and is z. Okay, the position vector is xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. So from here you can write down, or simply you can write down like this, because it is dr. You can put the value of dr. You can directly find out what is dr. Dr is basically the derivative of this cos. So dr will be dr by dt. You can write down that is going to be minus pi sine pi t I cap. Okay, plus it is 2t j cap, plus it is pi cos pi t k cap. This is the derivative. Directly you can write down, so no need to write this thing here because you have given r. Or otherwise you can consider x y z, and again you can take x y z independent, and if you will put in this, you will get the same thing. Okay, so this is dr vector. The w is equals to, because of that it is x. Now this is your x, you have to write down this is cos pi t I cap, plus this is y is t square j cap. Okay, this is y, and z is cos phi. Okay, then you have to write down this for f j cap. Z is sin pi t k cap, and dr is the dot product with minus pi sin pi t plus I cap plus 2t j cap plus pi cos pi t k cap. When you will solve this, you will get w is equals to 0 to 1. Now it was along curve C, converted to t, put the limit from 0 to 1. When you will multiply this, these all will, because this thing and this thing will, when it will be multiplied, it will be 0. So the remaining term will be 2t square, or 2t cube, because it is a t square and it is a 2t, so 2t cube, and it will be dt. So when you will solve this integral, you will get 1 by 2 as answer of this. Okay, when you will multiply this and this here, these both will get cancelled. You will have this j cap and j cap, 2t cube will be there. So the work done is 1 by 2. This was the question. Now come to next question, question 3b 2024. Apply the Green's theorem to evaluate the line integral. It's very easy. Green's theorem in the form of, what is the Green's theorem? If it is m dx plus n dy, then convert this integral to double integral over r, dou n, partial derivative of n with respect to x, partial derivative of m with respect to y. Means the partial derivative of first with respect to second variable, second with respect to first variable. It's very easy. Now calculate partial derivative of n with respect to x. What is your n here? This is m and this is n. So the x square plus y square is going to be 2x. Partial derivative of m with respect to y is y means only x. Now you put this value here, so the double integral over r. This is basically 2x minus x and dx dy. Okay, dx dy. The limit is given, x is equals to plus minus 1, y is equals to plus minus 1. So it is x given, so x is from minus 1 to 1, y is from minus 1 to 1, 2x minus x, x dx dy. When you will solve this integral, it is very easy. It is a rectangular integral. So it is from 1 plus 1, this will be x square by 2, so 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So the answer will be 1, 2. From here, when you will solve this, the answer, because it is x square by 2, so this is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, the answer will be 0. How you can easily solve this. Okay. Yeah, this is x square by 2, so the answer will be 0. So when you will solve using the Green's theorem, the flux will be 0 from this. 2025 question, again it is related to the Green's theorem question. Now here it is given that this is the given, the limit is given. Okay, so again you identify what is the m first. M is equals to x square minus y square. M is the coefficient of dx, n is the coefficient of dy, so 2xy. So from here this is n, this is m. Find out the partial derivative of n with respect to x, that is 2y. Find out the partial derivative of m with respect to y, that is minus 2y. When you will solve this, or you will write down this formula, dou n by dou x minus dou m by y over the region r. This is your region r square and this is dx dy. So it is from basically 2y minus minus plus 2y, and it is dx dy over r. The double integral over r is 4y dx dy. Now it is given square. Okay, so let's say this is the given square. 0, okay, wait, this 0, 1, 1 comma 1 is again 1. So 0 comma 1, 1 comma 0, 0 comma 0. The limit you can take strip anywhere. So it is very easy. Take the strip from 0 to 1, and it is also from 0 to 1. Once you will take from 0 to 1, this is 4y dx dy. By solving this integral, it is very easy. The area is basically 2. The area or volume of it, to 4y into y dx is going to be 2. Okay, so the area with this 4y, it will be 2. When you will solve this integral, you can easily get it. So this is the solution, how you can apply the Green's theorem to this. Next, come to the 3c question. This is related to the scalar potential function. Okay, so what do you mean by the scalar potential function? First of all, just try to understand. So let's say f is equals to this 2x y square z I cap plus 2x square y z j cap and 3x square y square k cap. So if it is a, see, it is construct the potential function of the conservative field. It is given that it is conservative field. It means the curl of f vector is 0. It means when you will write down this I cap, j cap, k cap, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z is f, is f1, f2 and f3. This is f1, f2 and f3. So this is basically 0. It is given that. Now your task is to finding out the scalar potential function. Okay, so the curl is 0. Now your task is to find out the scalar potential function. How to find the scalar potential function? Phi. So you consider let phi x comma y comma z the scalar potential function. Okay, so now if it is a scalar potential function, it means the condition is f vector is delta phi. If once f is delta phi, then what you have to do? Simple, you write down like this. This is basically d phi. This is the delta phi. When I will take the limiting case or I will take the integration, it will be d phi is equals to, what you have to do? Write down this 2xy square z. Instead of I, you write dx. Then you write 2x square yz dy plus x square y square, and then write dz. Just try to understand. Okay, this is x and y with z. This is x and y with z. This is x, y, z with y. Okay, now from here, if you will take, let's say, from here basically you have to go in the what I can say, in the back side. Reverse integral you have to think. So how to think it is a reverse integral, or how to think it is a double integral? So I can give you two ways to find out it. First case is that if it is 2xy square z, 2x square y z dy, and it is x square y square x square y square z. This is the given, I think this is the given function. It is a given function. Let me check the question. Okay, so can we think any phi for this which will be the derivative of this? How can we think in that direction? If it is dou phi by dou x, dou phi by dou y, and dou phi by dou z, we have to construct. Or we can do the integral thing. If it is 2x square, okay, let's start with this. See, it is 2xy square z, okay, then it is 2x square y z, okay, and it is x square y square. So can I think like this, x square y square and z? See, check this one. If it is like this, if it is the derivative, how it will be? Derivative of x, it will be 2x y square z dx. Okay, then it is x square 2y z dy. If it is the derivative with respect to z, then it is x square. That's it. You can see by the hit and trial method, you can no need to go for the any other method or the integral. You can solve by the integral by taking the partial derivative. This is dou phi by dou x, dou phi by dou y, dou phi by dou z. You can solve by that. But my point of view is you see the inspection method. This is called inspection method of the differential equation. Okay, this is the integral. So it is basically x square y square z. Now when you will differentiate, definitely you will get this. Now take the differentiation integration both the side. So phi is equals to x square y square z. When you will solve this, it will be 100% correct. This is your phi. When you will differentiate this, you will get this phi. Okay, this is how, when you will find out the gradient of this, you will get the same f. This is how you can easily find out. But here you have to write down by using the inspection method of this, you can get. Let's do one more question. The same question is repeating here. Now it is given, question is that show that the field is conservative and then construct its scalar potential function. Here you have to show that my field is conservative. It means you have to find out the curl of the function. Okay, so from here you have to find out the curl. So the f is given as 2xy i cap plus x square minus z j cap minus y k cap. Okay, find out the curl of this f is equals to 0. How to find out that curl is 0? That's simple. You simply from here, how to see the curl is 0. Then curl is equals to I j k. Okay, then this is 2 dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. It is 2xy x square minus z, then minus. When you will solve this, coefficient of I will be partial derivative of minus y with respect to y minus partial derivative of x square minus z partial derivative of z, then minus of j. Okay, then minus of j, it will be partial derivative of minus y with respect to x, partial derivative of 2xy with respect to z, then plus k cap, it will be partial derivative of x square minus z, and it is partial derivative with respect to x, partial derivative of 2xy with respect to y. When you will solve this, will be 1 minus 1 minus 1. So it is minus 1 minus of minus 1. Okay, will be 0. Or when you will solve this thing, it is basically again same thing. So in the similar way, this will be going to 0. Once if it is going to 0, it means the field is conservative. The field is conservative field. Once the conservative field is there, there exists scalar potential. Scalar potential means f is equals to delta phi. So what is your f? You simply write down. So your f is given as 2xy I cap, so 2xy I cap plus x square minus z j cap, okay, minus y k cap. So from here what I said, you simply write down, it is d phi is equals to 2xy. Instead of I, you write dx. This is your x square minus z, you write dy, minus y, you write dx or dz. So this is d phi. Simplify this. 2xy dx is x square dy minus z x square dy into dy minus z dy minus y dz. Now you think in the manner how we can think in the reverse process, whether it will be the differentiation of that function. So it is d phi. Just see, this is xy with x, this is xy with y, and this is 2xy, this is x square. So can it be x square? Okay, x square into y. Yeah, this y is twice. X square into y. Solve this. This will be 2x into y dx, and integration with respect to y will be what? X square into dy. See, the same term is there. Now see, it is minus. I can take minus common. This is z dz. So can it be derivative of z y? Yes or no? Now see, when you will differentiate, this will be dz, y will be safe, and it will be z, dy will be, z will be safe and it will be dy. So you can think in the reverse process. This is called inspection method. Now once if it is a derivative, then you can take the integration of this. This will be phi is equals to x square y minus zy. This is the scalar potential function, vector function. In this manner, you can easily find out the scalar potential, or you can write down C here also. Here also you can write down C. Okay, but it is satisfying this thing. No need to write down the C. It is we can verify this. Now come to the next question. The next question is 3D. Now it is related to the apply Gauss divergence theorem to find out the surface integral. So you have to apply the Gauss divergence theorem. So what do you mean by the Gauss divergence theorem? It's basically the triple integral, double integral to triple integral. It is n cap. You have to find out the surface integral. Okay, so double integral over S 2xy I cap plus y z square j cap plus x z k cap n cap ds. Okay, where S denote the surface S, x is equals to 0, x is equals to 2, y is equals to 0, y is equals to 1, z is equals to 0, z is equals to 3. Constant limits are there. Okay, so from here, what is the Gauss divergence theorem? Gauss divergence theorem says that if any surface is there, it will convert to the volume, the triple integral over v with divergence of f dv. Okay, so you have to find out the divergence of f, means dou by dou x of f means 2xy I cap, or I cap and I cap will be 1. Divergence will be divergence will be a constant, and this will be the partial derivative of y with respect to y z square. The partial derivative with respect to z, it will be xy. When you will solve this, it will be 2y plus z square plus x. X, oh, not x, y, it is xz, so it will be x. This is your function, like basically the divergence. So the triple integral 2y plus z square plus x dx dy dz. Now you have the limit of x is from 0 to 2, limit of y is from 0 to 1, and the limit of z is from 0 to 3. Now it is very easy. You have to simplify this triple integral only. So how to simplify this? 0 to 3, 0 to 1 with respect to x, 2yx plus z square into x plus x square by 2, limit is from 0 to 2, dy dz. Okay, when you will solve all the triple integral, you will get the solution as 30. So this is how you have to solve the triple integral, and then you have to solve the single integral one by one from the reverse. Okay, so this was the question asked in the 2024. Now 2025, the question is asked again, Gauss divergence theorem. Now here f is given as x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Now the limit is given of x, y, z all in x, y, okay, and z all in 0 to a. That's simple. What do you have to do? The triple integral of this one, find out the divergence. Divergence is dou by dou x of x plus dou by dou y of y and dou by dou z of z. So that is going to be 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 3. It will be over volume 3 dv. So the triple integral from 0 to a, because all are 0 to a. Okay, x, y, z, this is 3 dx dy dz. When you will solve, it will be 3a cube, because it is 3 be a by a minus 0. Okay, is a minus 0 and a minus 0, so it will be 3a cube. This way you can solve this question, Gauss divergence question. Okay, now come to the next. Now the question arises from the sequence series unit 4. The 4a is the find the range of the following sequence, also examine their convergence. So how to find out the range of this? So basically, to find out the range of this, first you have to take this one. Whenever you have this kind of series, an is given minus 1 power n by n plus 1. Okay, so to find out the range of the series, what you have to do, minus 1, take the two cases, n is equals to odd, n is equals to even. It is odd, then it will be minus 1, because if it is odd, then like power is odd, it will be minus, okay, plus 1 by n, and it is 1 by n, or it will be plus 1 by plus. So once if it is n, odd and even. Now if it is odd, then this term, if it is even, then this term. It means if I will put n is equals to 1, because always starts from the 1, if I will put n is equals to 1, it means a1 will be odd, so it will be minus 1 upon 1 plus 1, it will be 0. Okay, then I will put n is equals to 2, so means this case even, then it will be 1 by 2 plus 1 means 3 by 2. Again I will put n is equals to 3, then it will be a3 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 will be 2 by 3. When I will put n is equals to 4, it will be a4, and it will be 1 by 4, because it is even, 1 by 4 plus 1, then 5 by 4. And all of you know that what is it? So it is 0, it is 1.5. Okay, so the 2 by 3 is 0.66. 5 by 4, okay, so if it is 5 by 4, then it is 1.25. so basically it is a decreasing kind of series. Once if it is a decreasing, then okay, once if it is a decreasing, and you know that this will be the maximum, it is bounded it between 0 and minus 1.5. This is basically the range of this. Okay, so range is bounded and lies in between this. So the every term of this is in between 3 by 0 to 3 by 2. Every term will be in between this thing. Now next we have to check the convergency of this series. Because of that, it is a alternating series. Not series, it is an alternating sequence. Now to check the convergency of the sequence, what we are going to do, we are simply identifying the limit. If limit is finite, then it is convergent. If limit is not finite, it is divergent. It is basically the alternative series. So apply the limit n tending to infinity minus 1 power n by n plus 1. Because of that, we know that limit n tending to infinity minus 1 power n by n is going to be 0. Once if it is 0, then it will be 0 plus 1, it means it is 1. If it is 1, then it is finite. Okay, if it is finite, once limit is finite for sequence, I can say limit is finite for sequence. It means the first series is, sorry, it's not series, first sequence is convergent. Okay, now come to the second one. So what is second? Second is n square minus 1 upon 2 n square minus 1 2n minus 2n square plus 3. Okay, so if it is 2n plus 3. Here you have to find out the terms of the series. Again, you can start with the n is equals to 1. Once if it is equals to 1, then it is 1 minus 1 upon 2n square means 2 plus 3. The a1 going to be 0, n is equals to 2, it means a2 is equals to 2 square minus 2 into 2 square plus 3, that is going to be 1 by 7. 1 by 7, check, wait. It is 4 minus 1, 3 upon, it is 4 into 2 plus 3, 8 plus 3, 4 into 2, here are the 3 by 11. Okay, it is sorry, not 10, 2n square, the 2n square, and n is equals to 2. 4 minus, correct. Okay, so now the point is basically whenever you will take the limit of this, and this is basically 0, this is 3 by 11 means 0.27, then you have to find out the next term. But the point is that whatever it is, if I will write this series an in terms of, let's say, I can take n square common, 1 upon 1 minus n square, and this is basically uh, if I will take n square from here, 2 upon 3 by n square, this will get cancelled. Now apply the limit. So the limit n tending to infinity of 1 minus 1 by n square, 2 plus 3 by n square. So once if we will take limit 1 upon infinity, 2 plus 3 upon infinity, so it is 1 by 2. So actually this series will be tending to 1 by 2, it will not equals to 1 by 2. So 0 is including in the series, but this 1 by 2 will not increase because it is a limiting case. And if this is basically the range of this series, one more thing, if it is a finite, then it is convergent. Okay, in such a way that you can find out the limit of this one. One more thing, here it is how 0 to like 3 by 2, that you can also get it from the limit, but here you have to identify this thing. In this case, because this was the alternating case, okay, now it is not alternating case, it is the limiting case. You can check the upper bound of the series, what is basically the upper bound, then you can easily find out what is the upper bound or that. Okay, now see the next question. So what is the next question? Is again related to the range of the sequence. Okay, so the sequence is given an is equals to 1 upon n plus 1. Once the sequence is this, how to identify the range? Again, what are the maximum value? Let's say 1 n is equals to 1, it is 1 by 2. N is equals to 2, again it will be decreasing, it is 1 by 3. N is equals to, let's say it will be 3, then it is 1 by 4. It is a decreasing sequence. Okay, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, and it will go up to 0. So this will be from 0 to 1 by 0 will not include. 0 will not include. So it will be 0 to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 will include. This is the range of the series sequence. I'm using series word, that's the wrong sequence, sorry. Now convergent, of course, if it is a convergent, because of that the limit n tending to infinity of 1 n plus 1 going to be 0. If it is finite, once if it is finite, then it is convergent. Okay, now an is equals to minus 1 power n by n upon n plus 1. Now here you have to check whether it is like bounded or not. For that you have to take both two cases. N is equals to odd and n is even. If n is odd, then it is minus n plus 1. If it is even, then it is n upon n plus 1. Now take the limit of the both the cases. So to take the limit of both the cases, how we can take the limit of n tending to infinity? So this is basically, I can write minus n, 1 plus 1 by n. I can take n common. So this will be minus 1. If I will take the limit of the second term, that is going to be 1 upon, I will take n common, 1 plus 1 by n. This is 1. So this is not convergent basically. This is called oscillating in between minus 1 and 1. So from here I can say this is a divergent, or you can say this is oscillating. There is an oscillation. Okay, so this is not convergent because limit is not unique, not convergent, but you can say it is oscillating in between these both terms. Or if it is one more thing, it is not oscillating because of that the terms are not repeating here. You can say it is not convergent. Okay, you can say it is not convergent. And what will be the range? The range will be minus 1 and 1. Whether it will not include both the terms because it is a limiting value. So the range is minus 1 to 1, because this will not go like 1 and minus 1 will not be inside this because it is a limiting case. It will approaches to minus 1 and 1 in the both the side. Okay, now come to the next question. Examine the convergence of the series. Now it is given as a series. So once if it is a series is there, then you write down what is your an. It is n upon n square plus 1. Once if it is a series, then you can proceed with the start with the convergence. Okay, start with the basically the necessary and sufficient condition of the series. So not sufficient, necessary condition is limit n tending to infinity of an should be 0. If it is 0, then you can say series may convergent. Then you have to go for the test. If it is not equals to 0, you can directly say, okay, so I can write down like this. There are two cases. If this series is limit n tending to infinity an is going to be 0, then it is may convergent. If it is not equals to 0, you can simply say it is divergent, or you can say not convergent. You can say it is not convergent. This you can directly say, this you have to proceed with the next. Okay, so when I will check limit n tending to infinity n, I can take as from here, if I will take n square common, 1 by n, n and n get cancelled. This is 1 upon infinity, 1 plus 1 by infinity. Of course it is 0. So this series may convergent. May convergence. Now I have to check whether it is convergent or not. I will use basic comparison test. See, an is equals to n upon n square plus 1. Let bn is equals to, what is that, how to check the bn, because I am going to use this case, an is less than equals to bn, then these both will converge, diverge together. So from here, when I will write down this, how to write, remove the constants. So this will be n upon n square. It means your bn is going to be 1 by n. Every time n upon n square plus 1 will be less than equals to 1 by n. You can see, you can check. So now if I could check whether it is 1 by n is convergent or divergent, then I can say it is convergent or divergent. Converge, diverge together. Now see, by using p test, what p test says that if any series is this type of, then I can say p is greater than 1, it will be convergent. P is less than equals to 1, it will be divergent, and here it will be convergent. So here p is equals to 1. Once p is equals to 1, then I can say this is a divergent. Once if it is a divergent, by using, so I will write by using comparison test. Okay, so you can write down by using p test, bn is equals to 1 by n is divergent, or you can write down not convergent, and by using, or you can write then by using comparison test, by using comparison test, an is less than bn, so an is also divergent, or you can say not convergent. This is how we can easily write down. Okay, so in such a way we can write down. Now come to the next point, next question. Okay, this is the divergence. The next series is again n square plus 1. The same question is repeating. Okay, so in 2025 the same question was there for the series. Examine the convergency for this series. Now come to the next question. Now test the convergency for the following series. Once if x square is there in the series, you have to find out the cases for the series. Here x term is there. First of all, identify what is the general term for this. What will be the an for this? To write the general form, it is very clear. So the an will be x power n, and it is n. See, it is n, and it is the next term of n. So it means it is n and n plus 1. Okay. You have to check the convergency of this. Means you have to find out the condition of x. What is the condition of x? So for this kind of test, you can start with the comparison test, or I would suggest you start with the D'Alembert ratio test. So by using ratio test, you can simply think over that. What is ratio test says? The limit n tending to infinity un plus 1 or an plus 1 upon an is L. If L is less than 1, then it is convergent. L is greater than 1 is divergent, or if L is equals to 1, then test fails. This is basically the ratio test says. Okay. Now, see, what is an plus 1? Find out. An plus 1. Because an you have, an plus 1 is x n plus 1 upon n plus 1 n plus 2. Now you apply this limit n tending to infinity. This is your L, basically limit n tending to infinity. Okay, so this is x n plus 1 upon n plus 1 n plus 2. Divide by xn upon n plus 1. For simplicity, you can write down limit L is equals to limit n tending to infinity x n plus 1 n plus 1 n plus 2 into, when you will take in the numerator, it will be n plus 1 xn. Okay, then you can write down limit n tending to infinity xn into x. From here you can take n common, that is 1 plus 1 by n. Here from this term you can also take n common, so this is 1 plus 2 by n into, this is n, you can take n common, 1 plus 1 by n, divide by xn. Xn get cancelled, this n and both n get cancelled. So this is basically what it will be. And one more thing, 1 plus 1 by n, 1 plus 1 by n, it will also get cancelled. This is limit n tending to infinity x upon 1 plus 2 by n. This 2 by n, 1 by infinity, will also be x. So from here your L is this. Now the case is, it is basically mod. Whatever we are writing, this is inside the mod. Okay, so from here you write down inside the mod. So when you will write down inside the mod, so the limit on x, so the condition on x will be mod of x. This is how you can see. Now it will be convergent. So now my L is equals to mod of x. So convergent, if L is less than 1, it means mod x is less than 1, the condition. Divergent if mod x is greater than 1. Okay, so this is basically the condition. So it means when x is in between minus 1 and 1, this will be convergent. In this way you can check, you can discuss the convergency of these kind of series. Okay, so but the point is now whether at the boundary point of minus 1 and 1 it is satisfying or not. It means whether it is like this or this, which case is it. Okay? To check at boundary point, now you have to check for the boundary point whether it is convergent for x is equals to 1 or x is equals to minus 1. Now case number 1, x is equals to 1. Once if x is equals to 1, so what your series will be? Your series will be 1 upon n plus 1. It is basically 1 upon n square plus n. By comparison test, there exists a bn such that an is less than of bn, and that is basically 1 by n square. You can write down, you can think in that manner, that is basically 1 by n square. Okay, it means that 1 upon n square plus n is less than of 1 by n square. It means if 1 by n square converges, or by p test, or you can write down like this, by p test, by p test 1 by n square is convergent, 1 by n square is convergent, and using comparison test these both will converge, diverge together. It means an is also convergent at x is equals to 1. Now check for x is equals to minus 1. Okay, now it is an will be, now what your an, x minus 1 power n, it is minus 1 power n upon n plus 1. Now it is not positive term series. It is basically alternating series, and by alternating series we are using Leibniz test. By using Leibniz test, limit n tending to infinity of minus 1 power n upon n plus 1, and of course if it is infinity it will be 0. Once if it is 0, then it is convergent at x is equals to minus 1. So it will be convergent for this reason. So this is the reason of convergence, called reason of convergence. Okay, this is the convergency analysis of this portion, how you can find out. So in this reason it is convergent, and in this reason it is divergent. Okay? This is the complete convergency analysis. Come to the next question, 4c. Test the convergency of the series by using the Cauchy ratio test. Okay, here it is an summation n factorial n power n is given. So the ratio test, Cauchy ratio test, basically the Cauchy nth root test, I think. So what is Cauchy ratio test or Cauchy nth root test? You can say root test or ratio test. Basically it is root test, not ratio test. Okay, so is Cauchy's ratio test or nth root test? I think it is written as ratio test. It is not root test. Root test is not written. Then don't use the root test. Use the ratio test, D'Alembert ratio test. Whatever it is written, use the ratio test. That is the same, limit n tending to infinity an plus 1 upon an. Then it is limit tending to infinity. Okay, n plus 1 factorial upon n plus 1 power n plus 1 into, I can directly write an opposite n power n. This is n factorial. I can write as this limit n plus 1 factorial. I can open it. It is like this. If I will write like this, it will be n plus 1 power n to n plus 1 by separating the powers. Okay, so from here n factorial will get cancelled. It is limit n tending to infinity. It is n plus 1 by taking n common. It is n power n 1 plus 1 by n. Let me write it here. It is 1 by n power n into n plus 1. Okay, then n power n will get cancelled. Now applying the limit. So by applying the limit n tending to infinity, this and this will get cancelled. 1 upon 1 plus 1 by n power n. You know, this term is e. So it will be 1 by e. Once it is 1 by e, so basically the test is limit should be, if the ratio test says that if, okay, so ratio test says that test the convergence of the series. L is 1 by e. If L is less than 1, means 1 by e is 1 upon 2.75, which is less than 1, which is convergent. So series is convergent. This way you can check the convergency of the series. Now 4D 2024, again you have to do the Cauchy's, by using Cauchy's root test, examine the convergency. Means here you have to find out the radius of convergence, then reason of convergence. Again you have to complete, you have to check by using root test. Okay, so using root test, you have to see what root test says. That you can do one thing, you can start with the radius of convergence. All of you know that 1 by r is equals to limit, okay, r is the radius of the convergence. I'll discuss both the cases. Okay, limit n tending to infinity, okay, mod of an power 1 by n, but you should have an. What is an? See, it is 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, n plus 1 by n, n plus 1 by n plus 2. This is n plus 1 by n plus 2 x power power n, and this is x power n. See, it is starting from 0, 1, 2. So whenever you have to write down the nth term, you ignore this term and then you start from here, you will get it. Okay, so n is equals to n start is starting from 0. Directly you can write n plus 1 by n plus 2 power n and xn. What do you have to do? This is the Cauchy root test. So 1 by r is equals to, this is basically the limit n tending to infinity. So from here it is n plus 1 on n plus 2, and this is n. You ignore the xn, no need to write this xn, because it is by default that mod of x is less than or equals to r, that we will check it. Okay, we have, our task is to find out r only. Then 1 by power n will get cancelled. When you will solve this, limit n tending to infinity is 1 by r. Okay, this is 1 plus 1 by n, 2 plus 2 by n, and this is basically 1. So from here 1 by r is equals to, wait, yeah, now it is 1 by r. What is your r? R is equals to 1. Means your mod of x is equals to 1. Okay, mod of x is equals to 1, or less than, not equals, sorry, less than equals to r. So from here it means minus r, x, or r. But the problem is that you have to check for the, you can't write this equal 1. Mod of x is less than of r. It means minus 1, x, 1. You have to check for the x is equals to 1 and x is equals to minus. The case 1 is x is equals to 1. Put x is equals to 1 in the nth term. When you will put, it will be an is equals to n plus 1 upon n plus 2 power n to x power 1. Sorry, x is equals to 1. Then it is 1 power n. An will be n plus 1, n plus 2 power n. Once power is there, you can use the Cauchy nth root test by using Cauchy nth root test. Check the limit n tending to infinity. Okay, n plus 1, n plus 2 power n into 1 by n, because an power 1 by n. So it is limit tending to infinity. Take n common, it will be 1 by n plus 1 by 2 by n. Okay, then here if we will put the limit, it will be 1. Okay, it will, sorry, some limit tending to infinity. At the boundary point it will be 1 by e. So this will not include, I think this test will fail and this will not be there. Yeah, for the Cauchy nth root test, if it is greater than 1, then it will be convergent. Okay, then from here if I will take like this one, or if I will take this boundary point, let's say without Cauchy nth root test, if I will apply the limit, the sufficient condition, the necessary and sufficient condition, I will take the necessary and sufficient. Wait, so limit n tending to infinity, if I will take, this is n power n, 1 plus by n power n, this n power n plus by n power n, this will get cancelled. Okay, so from here limit n tending to infinity, 1 plus 1 by n power n, 1 plus by n, sorry, this is 1 by n power n, this is e and this is e square. If it is 2 is there, then if it is e square, the formula, then it is 1 by e. And what is the necessary condition? I explained in the previous question, I where, yeah, see, if it is not equals to 0, I can directly say it is not convergent. From here I can say it is not equals to 0, so it is divergent. And similarly, if you will put x is equals to minus 1, this is n plus 1, n plus 2, this is minus 1 power n, it is alternating series. Once if it is alternating series, again by putting the limit, it will be equals to 1 by e. If it is 1 by e, then it is also not equals to 0, so it is divergent. So at both the endpoints, it is not convergent. At minus 1, not convergent at 1. So it means this should be only 1, and this is your reason of convergence RO, in such a way that you can easily find out the solution. Okay. Now again here, apply the Cauchy-Appert test and for the series and check whether it is convergent or divergent. So an is equals to 2n plus 1 upon 3n power n. So from here you apply the limit n tending to infinity of mod an power 1 by n. So limit n tending to infinity of 2n plus 1 upon 3n power n into 1 by n get cancelled. So from here it will be 2n plus 1 upon 3n limit n tending to infinity. I can write it as n tending to infinity 2n upon 3n plus 1 upon 3n. So here n and n will get cancelled. So it will be limit n tending to infinity. So 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3n. This will be 0. The value of limit will be 2 by 3. And 2 by 3 is less than 1. Once if it is less than 1, then it is by using the Cauchy-Appert test, it is convergent. Because from here if it is L is less than 1, then it is convergent. Okay, this is how you can find out the solution. Now come to the next question. Test the following series for conditionally convergent. So what do you mean by the conditionally convergent? There are two types of convergent: conditionally convergent and absolute convergent. Conditionally convergent means an mod an is convergent and an is also convergent. Means both are convergent, called conditional. Sorry, both are not convergent, it is called absolute convergent. If this is convergent and this is divergent, then it is called conditionally convergent. Check for the conditionally convergent. It means it is conditionally convergent. Then how to check whether it is conditionally convergent? See, what first of all you have to write down nth term. Write down n is equals to 1 to infinity, let's say, then minus 1 power n plus 1. Of course it is, see, when you will put n, it will, first term is positive, it means it is minus 1 power n plus 1 if it is starting from n. If it is starting from 0, then it will be from like only n. Okay, now see, it is n plus 1. So it is 1 upon 2n minus 1. See, it is odd, 3, 5, 7. So you can write 2n plus 1. So what is your an or what is your un from here? If I will say un is 1 upon 2n minus 1 by using, because it is alternating series, by using Leibniz test of the conversion. What Leibniz test says? So Leibniz test says that if limit n tending to infinity un is equals to 0, it is convergent. If it is not, then it is divergent. Apply this limit n tending to infinity un is 1 upon 2n minus 1, it is 0. When you will put this, so it means this is convergent. What is convergent? Minus 1 power n 1 upon 2n minus 1 is convergent. Now you have to see mod of minus 1 power n 1 upon 2n minus 1 is convergent or divergent. Because it is given that it is conditionally convergent, then it should be divergent. But how to check whether it is divergent or not? See, when you will take the mod, it will be 1 upon 2n minus 1. Now it is your positive term series an, or you can write down, let's say, un is a positive term series 2n minus 1. By comparison test, there exists a bn such that un is less than of bn. It means your bn is, remove the constant, bn is n. It means that 1 upon 2n minus 1 is less than or equals to 1 by n. And all of you know that this 1 by n, by using p test, p is equals to 1, it means it is divergent. Once if it is divergent, it is divergent by comparison test. If it is divergent, it means that minus 1 power n 1 upon 2n minus 1, it is convergent. But mod of minus 1 power n 1 upon 2n minus 1 is divergent. It means it is called conditionally convergent, hence proved. Okay, next question. Following alternating series for conditionally convergent. Again the same thing, you have to prove minus 1 power n plus 1 by n is convergent. Okay, and mod of minus 1 power n plus 1 by n, which will be 1 by n, of course, by p test, it is divergent. Again it is the conditionally convergent. Next come to this question. Examine the convergency for the series and find the range of x. Of course, it is very easy to find out this. Find out the range. It is an is minus 1 power, it is minus 1 power n minus 1 xn by n. Okay, xn by n. So what you have to do, you have to find out the radius of convergence 1 by r mod limit. Okay, that is basically the limit n tending to infinity mod of, when you will take mod, it will be converge positive term series, mod of this one. Okay, then, or no need to write x, only write minus 1 power n minus 1 by n, because it is x power n, it is ordinary case. Simply you can write down this one. Okay, so when you will take this one, or you can apply the formula of the D'Alembert, a n plus 1 upon a n, then it means 1 by r. So you take a n is this one, remove x n from here. Okay, remove xn from here, or this is your series, let's say un, you take only this part as an. So this is limit n tending to infinity, and of course it is negative, it will once it will come in the mod, it will be positive, so no need to write. So it is 1 upon n plus 1, it is 1 upon n. All this is 1 by r. So 1 by r is a limit n tending to infinity, 1 upon n plus 1 into n by 1 by taking reciprocal. Is limit n tending to infinity, take n common, so it will be n 1 plus 1 by n into n by 1. This will get cancelled and this will be 1. So 1 is equals to 1 by r. So it means r is equals to 1. Once r is equals to 1, then mod of x is less than of r, because it is x power n. So it means mod of x is less than of 1. So it is minus 1 mod x and 1. Now you have to find out the range. For to check at the boundary point, you have to check for the boundary point, you have to check. So to check at the boundary point, put x is equals to 1, means case 1. Okay, when case 1 is there, it means an is equals to minus 1 power n minus 1 upon n. This is 1 power n. Okay, this is basically alternating series, minus 1 power n minus 1 upon n. So if it is alternating series, by Leibniz test, limit n tending to infinity of 1 by n is equals to 0, it is convergent. It means at x is equals to 1, it is convergent. At x is equals to minus 1, put minus 1 here. An is equals to minus 1 power n minus 1 upon n into minus 1 power n. So it is an is equals to minus 1 power n minus 1 plus n. This will get cancelled, divide by n. So it is an is equals to minus 1 power minus 1 upon n. It means it is minus 1 upon 1. Now it is positive term series, or like it is not alternating series. Okay, now it is not alternating series. Once if it is not alternating series, then I have to use the comparison test or any p test. I can use the p test for this one. Okay, once if it is a p test, or you can take the mod of this one again. Okay, from here, wait. So from here at x is equals to minus 1, because of that it is p test. Okay, it is 1 by n type of series, so by p test it is divergent. So at minus 1 is not including, so the reason will be plus 1 is including but minus 1 is not including. So the x belonging, it will be convergent for x belonging from minus 1 excluding, but 1 is including. How you can solve this question. Now come to the next question. It is 5b and it is the last question, and this is what for the test value x is equals to 1 and check the convergency. It is given that an is equals to minus 1 power 2n minus 1 upon 2n minus 1. Now see, it is not x power n. This is very important. So what do you mean by this? Once if it is written in the form of ax plus b, then whatever your x will be, because in that case if it is a x power only like this, only a power, sorry, not x, it is n. If it is a power n, sorry, x power n is there, it means a is equals to 1, mod of x is less than of r. But here what will happen? Mod of x is less than of r power 1 by a, or simply you can see mod of x power a is less than of r. The radius means here it will be mod of x. In this case, mod of x square will be less than of r. This is very, 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 very important. Now, how you can see this thing? See, apply the radius of convergence. So 1 by r is equals to un plus 1, or limit n tending to infinity un plus 1 upon un. Let's say this is my un, or okay, do one thing, take x an, complete an you take, and this time you take xn also in this. Then it is 1 by r limit n tending to infinity. What is this? This is minus 1. So minus 1 n plus 1 minus 1. This is, but do one thing, if it is positive, then no need to write down like this. Okay, then, because ultimately it will be positive. Yeah, replace your n with n plus 1. This is x power 2 n plus 1 minus 1 divide by 2 n plus 1 minus 1. The reciprocal, what it will be? 2n minus 1 upon minus 1 power n minus 1 and x power 2n minus 1, the mod. This is 1 by r equals to limit n tending to infinity. Now you see from here it is minus 1 power n, okay, and this is basically x power 2n plus 2 minus 1 is 1, okay. This is 2n plus 2 minus 1 is 1, so this is 2n minus 1, and this will be minus 1 power n into minus 1 power minus 1 x power 2n minus 1. So from here this and this will get cancelled. Okay, what rest? I'm removing this one. Okay, so from here what I can see, this is basically limit n tending to infinity. I can write x power 2n into x. Okay, this is 2n, or n I can take common from here, and I will take common, so it is 2 plus 1 by n into 2 minus 1 by n divide by minus 1 x power 2n x power minus 1. This both will get cancelled, n and n will get cancelled, this will be 0, this will be 0. So from here I can get as 2 as 2. So 1 by r is equals to 2 by 2 into, see, is mod minus 1 is power minus 1, it will go in the numerator, and this is also in the numerator, and this x is also there. So this x and this x power minus 1 will be x square, and this will be mod of x square. Or instead of writing this, if you are not including x, once if you have any form of like this x power 2n minus 1, it will be x square. Now see, what is your r here? Mod of x square is less than of r. So from here you have to check what is your r. This is the basically the case. In this case your r, this is your L basically. So from here now you have to check for the condition. For the Cauchy test, your r is equals to 1, so mod of x is less than of r minus 1 less than x 1. Now check at the boundary point. You have to check, when you will check at the boundary point, both the boundary will satisfy the condition by using Cauchy root test and alternating series test. So this is what the reason of convergence, and mod x is greater than 1, it is the reason of divergence. Now see this next question. So the next and last question, yeah, this is the last question actually. So extend the function f of sin x at x is equals to 0 as a Maclaurin series, and examine the convergence for the obtained series. Okay, so how to check the convergency and all. So see, first of all, what is the Maclaurin series? So whenever you have f of x, Maclaurin series means a Taylor series at point x is equals to 0. So this is basically f of 0 plus it is f dash of 0 into x, then f double dash of 0 into x square, then f triple dash at 0 into x cube, like this. Okay, but it is 2 factorial and divide by 3 factorial, like this. Okay, so we have to find out and so on. So first of all, what is your f of x? It can be given any of the function. Okay, then the derivative, and you can find out f of 0 is equals to 0. Find out f dash of x, it means it will be cos of x, and what will be the derivative at 0 will be 1. So the second derivative of this one will be minus of sine x, and the second derivative at 0 will be 0. Okay, you can simply find out like this. Then the triple derivative will be minus of this cos x, and that will be f triple derivative at 0 will be minus 1. Once you will put all these value in this series, you will get the series sin x as 1 minus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x power 5 upon 5 factorial plus x power 7 upon 7 factorial, like this. You have to check the convergency for this. So what will be the nth term for this? And it is very easy to get the nth term. Nth term will like this: the nth derivative of this one at 0 x power n upon n factorial. What will be the nth derivative? And that is very easy. From here you can easily see it is x power odd, means 2n plus 1, but it is alternating minus n plus 1, okay, or minus 1 power n, and summation upon factorial is basically odd factorial, 2n plus 1 factorial. So this is your nth term of this series. It's very easy to identify. Now again, see, this is not simple x, this is x power 2n. Again you have to check for the series. Then from here you find out the reason of convergence or the radius of convergence, which I have discussed in the which I have been discussed in the four previous questions which I have been we have solved in the question in this video, that you can see this. So the radius of convergence will be real number, and all you will see this will be convergent in the real number, because sine is a continuous function, will be whole domain in the real number. This is very easy to identify this. This is for your practice. Do the practice as like this. In such a way I solve this question. It is 2n minus 1 and that is 2n plus 1. It is very easy to identify. Now come to the last question, and yeah, this is the same question asked in the 2024 and 25. So this was the previous year question solution I discussed in the detail. I hope that this video is very helpful for you. If it is very helpful for you, if you are watching till the end, please like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel, because it is 78% is not subscribing to the channel. Please do subscribe. It is giving us motivation. Thanks for watching my video. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.